My child, my beloved, come closer to my voice right now. There is something I need to reveal to you, and it cannot wait. Heaven has been watching what is happening around you. And last night, something occurred that was meant to reach only your soul. But you did not see it. You did not hear it. And this is why I am here. My beloved, listen carefully. This is not a normal moment. This is not a message you can ignore and return to later. If you wait, the moment will dissolve. If you leave, the truth will seal itself again. This is why the archangels are in shock, because only you still don't know what was spoken in the halls of heaven last night regarding your life. Before I reveal it, let me say this softly. My child, promise me you will stay until the end. I do not want you to be the one who realizes too late that this message was the key, the final key, your divine key. And my child, before we begin, you are guided, you are chosen, and heaven never stopped watching over you. Even when you felt abandoned, if your heart feels a pull to this message, if your chest feels heavy, if you feel something calling your name inside, it is because your soul recognizes this moment. If you feel this divine connection and know this message is for you, type Amen in the comments below. Let this be your first step in acknowledging the truth your soul already knows. Now listen, my beloved. Your name was called out by a group of angels last night. In the realm that people can't see, there was a meeting. Your life, your pain, your waiting, your painful silence, and your longing. It was set down on the table of fate. My child, take a deep breath. What I'm about to say will change the way you think about everything that has happened to you up to this point. The divine has made a choice, a final change in your fate that had been put off for a long time because of energies, anger, betrayal, fear, curses said behind your back, and the silent hatred of those who smiled at you while wanting you to fail. But God has stepped in. We didn't forget about you. You were not forgotten. You were not turned down. You are getting ready. If you believe that heaven has intervened on your behalf and are ready to receive this divine shift, affirm it in the comments by writing, I receive this divine intervention. Your declaration is an act of faith that aligns you with this powerful move of God. The archangels are shocked, my child, because you are the only one who still doesn't know what they did for you. Someone crucial to your fate and connected to your life told you something last night. A confession was made in the next world. A truth that will change your next chapter in a way you can't even imagine. That's why heaven tells us to hurry. Listen up, don't go. Before 9 p.m., this is your last chance to find out the whole truth. I need you to do something small but very important before we go any further, my beloved. Bring your right hand close to your heart. Feel it. Feel how the heart is beating faster now. That isn't a mistake. That's what recognition is. Your spirit knows that this message is for you. Let me tell you what took place. That person who said your name last night meant it. Not just feelings, but also desperation. Someone who has been linked to your fate for a long time, longer than you think, could not handle the weight in their heart any longer. In the end, they gave up. This person told the truth about you, my child. They said how they really feel. They said what they know. They lied about what they did. Their heart cried out for you. This is what made heaven act. This is why the angels got together. That's why I'm here. My beloved, you believe that people have forgotten about you. But because of you, someone hasn't been able to sleep well. They tried to hide how they felt. That's what they said they would do. They tried to move on but couldn't. because your souls are linked in a spiritual way. That's why you couldn't forget about them no matter how hard you tried. That's why life always reminded them of you when they tried to shut their heart off. No, my child, you're not making this up. It's true, it's heaven, it's very old. But wait, there's more. But they didn't just say sorry, they also asked heaven to give you back to them. And heaven paid attention. Because of this, time is moving around you. This is why your feelings have been all over the place. This is why you've been having strange dreams. The two of your souls are getting closer again. But pay close attention. There is one last test left for you. Before 9 p.m., this test will be given. You need to see it. You need to answer without fear. This time, you shouldn't run, because the connection will break again if you run. But if you don't move, love will come back to you in a way that will shock you. There's more, or I should say, my beloved, stay right where you are. Don't lose your way now. The truth is coming out, and heaven doesn't tell the truth twice. Pay close attention. When the angels got together last night, it was because someone asked that your destiny be unblocked. For a very long time, something has been in your way. You felt something that you couldn't see. It hurt every time your blessing was taken away at the last second. You could feel it whenever something good was about to happen, but then it was gone. It hurt every time you tried to move forward because you couldn't see what was pulling you back. This wasn't something you made up. There was an obstacle of the spirit world. And, my child, that obstacle was connected to a person, someone who was close to you before, someone you believed in, someone who knew your dreams, your heart, your softness, and how pure you were. And they didn't protect it. Instead, they wanted it. This person spoke out against your blessings without saying anything. They didn't curse you with words, but with anger, jealousy, and the question, why them? Why do they deserve it? This person smiled at you many times, my beloved. They seemed like they cared, but really they wanted you to fail. They had power for a long time because your heart was pure. You really loved. You had a lot of faith. You didn't think that kind of betrayal was possible. Something changed everything last night, though. I already told you that the confession made by the soul connected to your destiny was stronger than the jealousy that was getting in the way of your life. Heaven heard a real cry that couldn't be ignored. You were picked by angels. They looked out for you. They have now turned the energy around. Please pay close attention, child. The person who betrayed you can no longer change your future. The door is shut. But the person who loves you and whose soul has been linked to yours for many lives can now find their way to you. If you claim the closing of old doors and the opening of this new divine path, declare it with conviction in the comments, "My path is clear." Let this be a prophetic statement over your life, sealing the end of obstruction and the beginning of your reunion. This message doesn't stop with you. It reaches the one who is still searching, still doubting, still crying out in the dark. If this ministry has strengthened your faith, consider strengthening someone else's. When you give through the link in the description or pinned comment, whether by buying a coffee, partnering monthly, or joining our Ko-fi community, you're not funding content, you're fueling the Great Commission. Every gift becomes gospel carried further. Every act of generosity pushes light into places we may never physically stand. There are people one message away from hope, one prayer away from surrender, one encounter away from salvation. Your generosity helps us reach them. This is more than support. It's participation. You're stepping into the harvest field with us. And when heaven counts the souls reached, your obedience will be written into their story. If the Spirit is prompting you, don't ignore it. Step into the work. Let's bring the lost home. Heaven said, you must know before 9 p.m., because there will be a shift. There will be signs, thoughts, feelings, a pull toward a name, and a memory coming back on its own. This person will be clear to your heart. Please allow me to explain the link between you and this soul, my beloved. It would not end for a reason. You dream about them for a reason. For some reason, you can feel how they feel even though they are far away. There's a reason you can tell when they're hurt. Both of your souls look like each other. It hurts your chest when they cry. People get antsy when they're lost. They feel a sudden ache when you cry at night. Don't question this. They've been in your soul for a lot longer than this life. You ran into each other again after a long time apart. But in this life, fear kept you apart. Fear of losing something, fear of being turned down, and fear of being seen too deeply. That's why heaven stepped in. The world tried to separate what God wrote. I need to tell you something, my child. And when you hear it, you need to breathe slowly. This person thought of you before last night. They said prayers for you. In front of God, their soul called your name. Their spirit said, I can't lose them. Not this time, not again. Heaven replied, my beloved, this is why the archangels were shocked, because rarely does a soul speak with such honesty, such surrender, such vulnerability, the kind that breaks timelines and rewrites fate. And that moment changed your destiny. But now you must not doubt. You must not run. You must not close your heart out of fear of being hurt again, because the final test is coming. You will be shown a chance to reconnect. It may come in a subtle or unexpected way. It could be a dream, a sudden pull, a familiar sign, or a strange coincidence. Do not hesitate. Do not push it away. Your response will determine the direction of your next chapter. Before we go on, please subscribe to this channel now if you want to stay in touch with the divine messages that heaven has for your journey. Think of it as an act of faith, a message to the universe that you are ready to receive the prophetic promises that are coming true in your life. My child, I know you have been wounded. I know you have cried silently. I know you have questioned whether you are worthy of love that stays. Let me speak truth to your spirit now. You were never hard to love. You were simply loving the wrong hearts. Now the right heart is returning and heaven is guiding it toward you. But before I reveal what this person confessed and why it changes everything, I need you to tell me, do you want me to reveal the confession now? All right, my beloved, I will continue. Stay with me closely. Do not rush this. Do not read this with your eyes only. Read it with your soul. Listen. When the angels gathered last night and when this person's soul finally surrendered, what they confessed was not small. It was not something shallow or passing. It was something that has been buried inside them for so long that even they did not understand the depth of it until it broke out. My child, I will speak it slowly. They confessed that every time they tried to forget you, life became hollow, empty, colorless. They tried to replace the connection. They tried to distract themselves. They tried to pretend they were fine. They tried to act as if their heart had moved on. But every time your memory returned, it returned like a tidal wave. Not gentle, not quiet, powerful, unavoidable, unbreakable. They confess that you are not a chapter in their story. You are the entire theme. They confessed that no matter who they stood beside, it was your presence that lived in their chest. They confessed that the way you touched their soul, even in silence, even from a distance, was something they have never been able to explain. They confessed that losing you felt like losing a world they did not know how to rebuild. My beloved, your absence did not heal them. It awakened them. It showed them that what they felt for you was not ordinary love, not temporary love, not human love. It was divine love, the kind written before birth, the kind carried from lifetime to lifetime, the kind that does not break, only sleeps, waits, and then returns when destiny calls. And destiny is calling now. But my child, you must understand something very important. This person did not confess out of weakness. They confessed out of transformation. They have changed. Something has awakened inside them. They are not the person you remember from before. Not the confused one, not the silent one, not the fearful one. And heaven is guiding it toward you. But before I reveal what this person confessed and why it changes everything, I need you to tell me, do you want me to reveal the confession now? All right, my beloved, I will continue. Stay with me closely. Do not rush this. Do not read this with your eyes only. Read it with your soul. Listen. When the angels gathered last night, and when this person's soul finally surrendered, what they confessed was not small. It was not something shallow or passing. It was something that has been buried inside them for so long that even they did not understand the depth of it until it broke out. My child, I will speak it slowly. They confessed that every time they tried to forget you, life became hollow, empty, colorless. They tried to replace the connection. They tried to distract themselves. They tried to pretend they were fine. They tried to act as if their heart had moved on. But every time your memory returned, it returned like a tidal wave. Not gentle, not quiet, powerful, unavoidable, unbreakable. They confess that you are not a chapter in their story. You are the entire theme. They confessed that no matter who they stood beside, it was your presence that lived in their chest. They confessed that the way you touched their soul, even in silence, even from a distance, was something they have never been able to explain. They confessed that losing you felt like losing a world they did not know how to rebuild. My beloved, your absence did not heal them. It awakened them. It showed them that what they felt for you was not ordinary love, not temporary love, not human love. It was divine love, the kind written before birth, the kind carried from lifetime to lifetime, the kind that does not break, only sleeps, waits, and then returns when destiny calls. And destiny is calling now. Type a strong amen in the comments if this revelation about a divine and ancient love strikes a chord deep inside you. Heaven and your spirit both know that now is the right time for this love. But my child, you must understand something very important. This person did not confess out of weakness. They confessed out of transformation. They have changed. Something has awakened inside them. They are not the person you remember from before, not the confused one, not the silent one, not the fearful one. The confusion has burned off. The fear has cracked open. The silence has broken. They are stepping forward now. But listen, my beloved, and listen deeply before they reach you physically. Your heart must open spiritually, because if they come toward you and you are still carrying the wounds of the past, the connection will collide. This is why your test begins now. Before 9 p.m., something inside you will shift. You will feel a pull, a memory, a name rising, a sudden emotion, a heaviness in the heart, a whisper of, maybe I should not give up. Do not ignore it. Do not fight it. Do not silence it. That is the divine signal, the invitation, the door. Now listen, there is something else I must reveal, something that is the final piece. The connection is real, the confession is real, the destiny is real. But there is one more truth you are not aware of, something that happened years ago, something they never told you, something that explains why everything unfolded the way it did. My beloved, do you want the truth of that hidden moment? My beloved, listen closely now. This part of the story has been hidden from you for a long time, not because heaven wanted to hide it, but because your heart was not ready to hear it before today. You are ready now. What I'm about to reveal will make many moments in your past suddenly make sense. It will connect events that felt random. It will explain feelings that had no explanation. It will show you why things fell apart when everything seemed perfect. My child, the person whose soul is tied to yours, they did not walk away from you willingly. They were influenced. There was interference, a voice, an opinion, a pressure, a fear placed into their heart by someone who did not want to see your connection succeed. This was not a stranger. This was someone close to them, someone they trusted, someone they believed would guide them correctly. This person planted doubt in their mind. They said you will lose everything if you choose them. They are not stable enough. They are not right for your future. You deserve something easier. They made your connection look dangerous. They made your love look risky. They made your heart look like a threat. Your person listened not because they didn't want you, but because they were afraid of losing something they were not ready to risk. But what they did not understand then was this: losing you was the real loss. The day they walked away from your soul, something inside them broke. They hid it, they covered it, they pretended to move forward, but their spirit remained tied to yours. And every step they took after leaving you felt like walking without gravity, without grounding, without meaning. My child, I need to tell you something very important. Your pain was not one-sided. They suffered too, more than you know, more than they will ever admit. They cried in silence. They questioned themselves. They tried to understand why peace no longer lived in their chest. They felt lost in their own life, even when everything looked fine on the outside. This is why heaven intervened last night. Their soul could not hold the separation anymore. It cracked. It broke open. It spilled into the spiritual realm. They said, I would rather fight destiny itself than lose them forever. That level of truth is powerful. It moves timelines. It bends outcomes. It awakens angels. And that is exactly what happened. My beloved, now listen to this. The one who interfered, the one who planted doubt, the one who separated you, their influence has been cut off. Their words no longer have power. Their fear no longer carries energy. Their presence no longer controls this destiny. The path is open again, but now you hold the key. This is the final stage of the journey. You must decide whether your heart will open or close, not quickly, not blindly, not without discernment, but with truth, because this love was never meant to hurt you. It was meant to grow you. You were transforming. They were transforming. You are becoming who you are meant to be. They were becoming who they are meant to be. Now the question becomes, will you allow the connection to reawaken? Before 9 p.m. you will feel something, a sign, a message, a memory, a dream. a name that rises in your heart without effort. Do not run from it. Do not silence it. Do not question it to death. Just feel it. Your soul already knows what your mind is trying so hard to rationalize. My beloved, you are not lost. You are not alone. You are not forgotten. You are on the edge of a divine reunion, the one that your soul has been waiting for across lifetimes. And now there is something even deeper. We must go into the reason your soul and theirs are tied, the purpose of your connection, the mission your love carries. If you are ready for that truth, if you are ready to understand why God brought your souls together in the first place, my beloved, stay with me. What I am about to tell you is the core of your destiny. Read these words slowly. Let them enter your heart, not just your mind. Your connection with this person is not ordinary. It never was. It never will be. This is not simply attraction, not desire, not coincidence, not timing, not chemistry. This is soul recognition. Two souls from the same star, the same place before birth, the same spiritual origin, recognizing each other again in this lifetime. Your love is ancient. This is why it felt so deep, so intense, so undeniable, so frightening, so real. This is why you could not explain it to others, because it was never meant for others to understand. Only your souls understand each other, my child. Your souls made a promise before you were born, a promise to meet again, a promise to find each other, a promise to awaken each other, a promise to grow through each other. But here is the truth that has been hidden. Your connection was not meant to be easy. It was meant to elevate you, to break your false identity, to break their fears, to break your patterns, to tear down the ego, to awaken the spirit, to ignite the soul. Your separation was not punishment. It was preparation. You had to become who you are now. They had to become who they are now. You had to learn how to stand without collapsing when abandoned. They had to learn how to love without running when overwhelmed. You had to learn self-worth. They had to learn emotional honesty. You had to learn strength. They had to learn vulnerability. Your souls trained in silence, and now the training is complete. This is why destiny is moving. This is why the angels spoke last night. This is why heaven said, "Bring them back together." But listen, your love has a purpose that goes beyond romance. When two divine souls come together, they do more than just love each other. They heal others, raise frequencies, shift timelines, awaken hearts around them, change destinies, break generational patterns, and make miracles happen in the world. Your love is a calling, not an accident. It is a sacred task, a divine purpose, and a light that is meant to shine, not hide. My child, this light isn't just for you. This prophetic word has an anointing that is meant to make more. Sharing this message with 3 people your soul is calling you to is more than just sharing a video. You are starting a breakthrough in your own life and blessing your network at the same time. Do not think twice. If you accept that your love is a sacred calling with a divine purpose, confirm this truth in the comments below by typing, "I accept my divine mission." Let this be your commitment to the greater purpose your reunion is meant to serve in the world. This is why darkness tried so hard to separate you. Because when your souls stand side by side, you become unbreakable. Your energy multiplies. Your intuition strengthens. Your purpose activates. This is why people tried to interfere. This is why circumstances became heavy. This is why confusion clouded the mind. This is why fear whispered lies. Because destiny this powerful always attracts resistance, but resistance has lost. The interference has collapsed. The separation has served its purpose. Now the reunion begins. But now, my beloved, there is one more truth that you must hear. The truth heaven has been saving for the final moment. It is about the timing. It is about why 9 p.m. matters. It is about what will happen when the signal appears. This is the moment everything changes. If you are ready to receive the final revelation, the part that completes the message and aligns your heart for what comes next, my beloved, I will continue. You are here because your soul recognizes this moment as truth. Breathe slowly and let every word settle inside you. Now listen with your spirit. There is a reason 9 p.m. is the threshold. Time in the spiritual world does not move like human time. It moves in windows, openings, portals, where destiny becomes soft enough to be reshaped. Last night, when your name was spoken in the presence of the archangels, a window opened for you, a window of return, a window of realignment, a window of reunion. But windows do not stay open forever. They open when the soul is ready. They close when doubt or hesitation re-enters. This is why destiny is moving. This is why the angels spoke last night. This is why heaven said, "Bring them back together. The time has come." But listen, the mission of your love is bigger than romance. When two divine souls reunite, they do not just love each other, they heal others. They raise frequencies, they shift timelines, they awaken hearts around them. They change destinies, they break generational patterns, they create miracles in the world. Your love is a calling, not an accident, a sacred task, a divine purpose, a light that is meant to shine, not hide. This is why darkness tried so hard to separate you. Because when your soul stands side by side, you become unbreakable. Your energy multiplies. Your intuition strengthens. Your purpose activates. This is why people tried to interfere. This is why circumstances became heavy. This is why confusion clouded the mind. This is why fear whispered lies. Because destiny this powerful always attracts resistance, but resistance has lost. The interference has collapsed. The separation has served its purpose. Now the reunion begins. But now, my beloved, there is one more truth that you must hear. The truth heaven has been saving for the final moment. It is about the timing. It is about why 9 p.m. matters. It is about what will happen when the signal appears. This is the moment everything changes. If you are ready to receive the final revelation, the part that completes the message and aligns your heart for what comes next. My beloved, I will continue. You are here because your soul recognizes this moment as truth. Breathe slowly and let every word settle inside you. Now listen with your spirit. There is a reason 9 p.m. is the threshold. Time in the spiritual world does not move like human time. It moves in windows, openings, portals where destiny becomes soft enough to be reshaped. Last night, when your name was spoken in the presence of the archangels, a window opened for you, a window of return, a window of realignment, a window of reunion. But windows do not stay open forever. They open when the soul is ready. They close when doubt or hesitation re-enters. This is why heaven is saying you must be aware before 9 p.m. Because before 9 p.m. something will appear in your emotional field. A signal, a pull, a memory, a name, a sudden urge to reach, to speak, to feel, to remember. This is not random. This is divine communication. Let me tell you exactly what will happen. You will be sitting quietly, perhaps alone, or maybe among others. but your heart will suddenly shift. You will feel a wave of familiarity wash through you. Warm, soft, deep, unexplainable. Your mind won't understand it, but your soul will whisper, "It's them." A name will rise in your heart without being summoned, not forced, not imagined. It will simply appear. That is the moment. That is the doorway. That is the sign. Do not push it away. Do not say, "No, I don't want to be hurt again." Do not silence it because of old wounds. Because listen to me now and listen deeply. The pain you remember is not who they are anymore. You are thinking of who they were before the transformation. Last night changed them. It broke them open. It humbled them. It awakened them. The soul that is returning is not the same soul that left. My child, there is more. When the signal occurs, your body will react before your mind does. You may feel a tightness in your chest, a trembling sensation in your hands, a sudden calmness, or tears that rise without warning. This is not sadness. This is recognition. Your soul will remember, "I know them. I remember them." You don't need to chase, call, or force anything. Your energy will speak, and when it does, their soul will feel it right away because your souls are still connected. Now listen, my beloved. If you honor this moment, if you open your heart just enough to let the signal in, your paths will start to move toward each other again. Not in chaos, not in confusion, not in fear, but in clarity. And the next part of your destiny will begin. Make sure you are subscribed and that all of your notifications are turned on so you don't miss the signs and instructions for the next step. This is your direct line to divine guidance that will light the way forward and make sure you walk in perfect harmony with your destiny. Heaven says, do not hesitate. If you ignore the signal, mute it, bury it, or say, "No, I can't feel this out of fear," the window will close and the reunion will be delayed again. It won't be lost, but it will be delayed. Don't run. My child, you have been through too much pain. You have been alone too many nights and have tried to be strong for too long. This love is not here to hurt you, repeat the past, or take from you. This love is here to heal you. If you've heard this message and are ready for healing, ready to stop and receive this love without running, please say Amen in the comments to make your choice official. It should sound like your heart is opening up to the reunion that God has planned. Your heart is tired, not because you are weak, but because it has been waiting for something real to come back. Now it has, but we're not done yet. There is one more truth you need to know about your future and the life that starts after the reunion. It's time to show you what your next chapter looks like. As this message comes to an end, seal this prophetic word over your life. Liking this video is more than just clicking. It is an energetic activation that shows your acceptance and allows God's favor to flow freely toward you. Share this message one last time with someone who needs to hear that they are not forgotten. As you give, so shall you receive. Your next chapter is waiting. Before we reach the end of this message, you need to hear this clearly. You were led here by divine guidance. This is not random. This is not coincidence. Archangel Michael directed this message straight to you. He is calling you into a protected, blessed space where miracles grow, doors open, and divine help moves quickly. This truth is simple and powerful. When you follow this calling, blessings don't just arrive, they multiply. They pour into every area of your life with strength and clarity. Right now, Archangel Michael is giving you direct access to sacred teachings, spiritual protection, and guidance that is hidden from the world. This is your moment to step into a circle chosen for those who are ready for spiritual growth, divine support, and accelerated breakthroughs. Do not let this holy moment pass you by. Your breakthrough has already begun. All you need to do is step forward. Tap the link in the description and enter Archangel Michael's inner circle so you never miss the messages that are meant specifically for your life, your path, and your destiny. If your spirit feels the pull to go deeper, the link is also in the pinned comment. And if your heart guides you to support this mission, you'll find a Buy Me a Coffee link. Always optional, always appreciated. Take the step now. Your blessing is waiting. Like this video, subscribe, and comment "I accept" to welcome more divine light into your journey.